Chapter 8. Bright and early the next morning, the house bustled with activity. Volunteers were carrying cages for the smaller dogs and safety harnesses for the bigger ones. Danny and Ron scurried around, making sure they had enough food and water, and outside, a large bus idled its engine, waiting to take them all to the horse show and adoption event. "Have we got anything?" Ron asked Danny. "I think so," he said. "Let's load up the dogs and hit the roads." Daisy found herself riding in a bus filled with dogs. She sat near Millie, Cleo, Luna, and a Labradoodle who had just arrived at the rescue that weekend. The horse show being held in Reno was an hour away from their home, so Daisy had plenty of time to gaze out the window. The sun shone brightly, and the sky looked clear and blue, but Daisy couldn't shake away the feeling that it wouldn't stay that way. An hour later, the bus pulled into the arena where the horse show would begin. Hundreds of people were already filling up the stands surrounding the main exhibit area, but outside, a large clearing had been just reserved for Danny and Ron's rescue. In no time at all, the team unpacked the bus and got ready to go to the adoption event. Danny and Ron put up these... While the other staff members unfolded the information table, blew up balloons, and set up tents. Others took boxes into a nearby barn. Danny and Ron kept making sure the staff knew no one was allowed into the barn! Not even the dogs. But Daisy kept figuring that was because only they were keeping extra food and toys in there and they didn't want to get the dogs distracted. Finally, Danny came in to lead Millie and Daisy to one of the enclosures with a small empty doghouse. But just before he ushered them inside, he pulled out two brightly colored bandanas from his pocket. "We had these made just for you." "You!" He quickly fastened the bandanas first around Millie's back, then Daisy's. They were perfect fits. "How do we look?" Millie asked, wagging her tail extra hard. The bandanas were just like the yellow staff shirts, but with about the pesky armholes, and had the rescue logo right on the front, a red heart with a dog paw print in the color. "We look adorable," Daisy admitted. "Oh my goodness, what a pretty girl," said a familiar voice. Danny looked up just in time to see Ron hug a slender woman with short gray hair and red eyeglasses. She wore a light green tracksuit and sneakers. Daisy knew who she was right away. She was the trainer who had came to work with Daisy when they first came to the rescue. "Oh my gosh, Aline!" Ron greeted her warmly. "I'm so glad you can make it." "Me too," Aline chuckled. "It's so good to see you. And sweet little Daisy, of course. How are all the dogs doing?" "Oh no!" Daisy felt her belly rumble with dread when Ron showed Aline her. Round and chatted about the event. The last time she'd seen Aline, she was just there to help Daisy settle into her new home and get over her fears. "She must be here because she knows I'm about to be adopted into another new home," Daisy thought. As Daisy watched the adoption event begin to take shape and people started to wander in, she felt the buzzing in the air to let her know that a storm was coming. Suddenly, Daisy wished she had brought her favorite blanket or that she could run back home. She wished to be close to the bed she used to hide under. When she went out of soft line, Millie glanced at her with concern. "Is everything all right, Daisy?" she asked. Daisy fought the urge, saying, "No, nothing is all right. I can't tell you that a storm is coming." Instead, she shook out the coat, let out a yawn, and said, "Everything's fine." "Great," Millie said, "because I see a lot of nice people who can use a couple of nice dogs like us to help eat their peanut butter and chew on their slippers." Millie turned and lifted herself onto her back legs, pressed her front paws against the fence, and wagged her tail. Till in a few moments, a young boy had spotted Millie. "Mommy, look at this one," he said, pointing to her. He grabbed his mother's hand and dragged her over. "Oh, she's good, Luna." whispered Daisy. "I wish I were outgoing as Millie." Daisy wanted to reassure the shy poodle, to tell her that she would do anything to keep her mind to, but her focus was on trying to keep herself calm. Millie craned her head back and called to Daisy. "Daisy, come over here and meet this family. We have to show them we're a team." Daisy remembered, so why shouldn't she stop backing away? Ron walked over to them, a smile lighting up her face. "Ah, I see you found a few of our favorite rescue dogs," he said. He reached out and gave Millie a scratch between the ears. "They're beautiful," said the woman. "Are they all available for adoption?" Danny, who had just opened the door to the enclosure to refill their water bottle, actually, that was as far as he got because a shadow had just fell over the ground, and a loud BOOM sounded in the sky. Ron looked up and held out his hand, palm up. "Oh no, is that what I think it is? It's raining!" someone screamed. Then a bolt of lightning flashed against the darkening clouds, and suddenly Daisy was racing through the open gate. "Daisy, wait!" Millie called out, but Daisy couldn't stop her legs from pumping. She sped right past Danny, past a table full of flyers about the dogs, past a group of kids huddled under a tent, and straight for the forbidden barn. Dun dun dun!